Hi, everybody. It is Eden from Eden's Garden Variety. Um, I have been very absent in 2025, and um, it was not intentional by any means. I filmed my December vlogmas. I did my updates, and then life happened starting at the end of January. I'm just now getting a chance to come back. And so I want to say thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for always commenting and being encouraging. And I just appreciate you all. And hello and welcome to all of my new viewers. If you are new, this is a channel all about cross stitch and crafting, and sometimes we talk about books, sometimes we talk about life a little bit, but you're always going to have some crafty stuff going on with me. I say a lot. uh, Thank you also for all of my returning viewers. Again, you are so appreciated. And I am going to kind of give you guys a layout of what's going on. I'm going to try to do timestamps for this video so that you know kind of where you can skip ahead to. Uh, I normally do more life update type stuff at the end, but I am going to go ahead and explain why I've been gone as long as I have. My father-in-law got extremely sick. He went into the hospital on January 30th, actually, and he was in the hospital for weeks and weeks. Um, it kind of threw a kink, and I say kink, I don't mean that insensitively. Your plans don't tend to be able to stay the same when you have a family member that's really sick. And my husband was having to take care of him, which means I was doing all of the home things and work and all of that on my own. I did not stitch very much at all in January, February. Now, March, on the other hand, is a different story. So, also, I chopped my hair off. Anyway, so we are that's where I've been. That's kind of why things got thrown off track. But we're back. I've done a lot of stitching. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and show you guys what I've done. So the first thing is actually going to be a whip. It's not going to, I have finishes, but this is going to be a whip because it's not in a normal category. I have a sewing machine and I've had it for a very long time, but I've always been very intimidated as far as using it. And a friend of mine, her name's Samantha, and she watches. Hey Samantha. She and I did like a quilt along, I guess, but it was a table runner. And I gotta trim some of these. So it was my first sewing project ever, and this is the back material. I'm not going to show you guys a bunch of that because it's not a good situation. It's just not. So it is not finished. It was finished, but I took the binding off, and I'm going to restart the binding because I didn't know what I was doing, and now I know what I did wrong, so I have to start again. But this is my table runner. It is not perfect by any means, but I'm really proud of it. You see my lines aren't totally straight. My blocks are a little crooked, but for this being my very first sewing project, period, I'm really proud of it. This kit is from Shabby Fabrics, and they do have a bunch of other color options for this, but I do still have to bind it. The binding, I don't know. Really, let me put this away. I don't really know what I did. Well, I know what I did. But the instructions were really not good in the kit, so I know now what I did wrong. But that's kind of a work in progress still. It's almost finished. I am very, very proud of it though, because it is my very first sewing project. So that was that. I have not worked on my diamond painting anymore, so I don't have anything there to show you. But I have other finishes. The first finish that I have to share for March, I cannot show you because it is a retreat finish and they asked that we not share on any social media until after the retreat. And that retreat is the All Things Disney retreat by Annabella's. It's going to be in May. So I have that stitched. I changed my fabric color and my fabric count. So I'm going to have to be kind of careful with the finishing. But I will show that to you after the retreat. But I did finish that. The next thing that I finished, and this was also a start, and it was a little bit unexpected, was the large, hang on, let's find something to put behind this. It was the large calendar crate piece from May, the May calendar crate. I finished the large piece. I changed all the colors. I did white DMC, which that's the Cold War conversion, but I changed all of the hand dyes, and I will show you what those are. So this is what the piece looks like. You can kind of see the color better here. But I'm really happy to have this done. I only have 3 of these left, and I think I'll show you those in plans probably, but I have decided I'm not going to stitch the smalls for the last of these, this one included, because to be totally honest, like, I love stitching with the housewives. I love all of their patterns. I don't enjoy stitching the chalk ones, but I love having them finished and displayed in my house. Now, that's where they get displayed right there. But I don't have March and April done, so there's nothing up there. So I'll be able to finish this and hopefully have it on the board for next month. So that was the first finish. The next finish is one that I'm not surprised that I really got done. Y'all know, because I did share last year that I did the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries Arctic Animals stitch along, and I did finish that. This is what it looks like. Whoops. This is what it looks like. It's all DMCs, except for there is a Krennic that is called for. I didn't have the called for Krennic, so I just picked one. I forgot to show you my threads for the calendar crate. So this is done. And I did leave out some metallic stitches on the bottom, but everything else is the same. I did see where somebody in the Facebook group, let me see if I can get this to tilt. I did see where someone in the Facebook group actually, instead of putting the words down here, they actually charted like some otters and some fish and put them in the bottom, and I thought that was so cute. I wish I'd seen that before I put the words in, because I definitely probably would have done that. Probably would have done that. But this is a finish, and I'm not sure it's gonna get framed. I think, but I'm gonna when I show you my next finish, I'll kind of tell you my thought process. So this is one of the first stitch alongs I have finished on time since the very first stitch alongs I did, which were the Pumpkin Passport, which was, I was in college, so probably like 2015, maybe 14, something like that. And then the postcards from the world, the first set of postcards from Clouds Factory, those I finished on time. This is the first stitch along I've really finished on time. Since then, I had to play catch up, but I still finished it on time. This fabric is from, it's called Creationist Blue, and it's from Fabric Flare. I will tell you, I'm very disappointed in this fabric. I only needed a fat 1/8, Um, Fabric Flare fabric is very expensive compared to a lot of other fabric. I mean, it's very expensive. And I paid for an opalescent. Okay, that's what I paid for. There is zero sparkle in this fabric. And I will never order opalescent from fabric flare again. I know that not everybody has those experiences, and probably not everyone had that experience with this fabric, but no. Nope. But there it is, all done and pretty and beautiful. I have posted pictures of this on Instagram. It's on my TikTok. Super cute. I did change my house colors as well. I wanted them to be pink. So, okay, there's that. And then the last finish I have, and y'all might be surprised by this one because I haven't even talked about this piece in a very long time. This was the 2018 Frosted Pumpkin Stitch Along. And at the time I started, and I started it and Clouds Factory Stitch Along that year, and I never kept up with it. 2018 is the year I met my husband. I was dating. I was very absorbed in him and other things in life. And so I didn't keep up with it. But this is the Into the Jungle Stitch Along. I'm doing this on a piece of Under the Sea fabrics. It's a linen. The fabric got torn. I don't know what this is called. Naiad maybe? But this is my finished piece. Let's do this way and see. That's better, I think. So this is the finished piece. Can y'all see this okay? I hope so, because this is the situation we're in. I will see if I can insert a picture of where this was to start here. And I'll see if I have I don't have an Arctic Animal picture, but this one has been on the go since 2018. So I'm just really glad to have this done. And I'm glad, I kind of think I was drawn to finish it because the Arctic Animals Stitch Along and this Stitch Along kind of go together. You know, these are jungle animals. Those are Arctic animals. I'm hoping they maybe do another one kind of like this in a year or so. But I had all of the blocks stitched, the actual blocks. And then I had done the sloth, the frog, the toucans, and the parrots and the tiger. So everything, and I had done like the minty green, and I had started the words in the top, but that's all I really had done. So everything else I stitched, and I got it finished in like 5 days, maybe. Like, I don't know how, but I do know how. I stitched a lot the last few weeks of March. In the first couple of weeks of April. I actually finished this in April. So this is done, and I'm so happy to have it done. It was one of my oldest whips. So happy to have it done. And I wanted to show you guys the threads that I did sub. And we're here, I'm going to show you the threads I used for the May calendar crate as well. I used, for the calendar crate, I used Weeks Dye Works Island Breeze for my blue, Victoria Motto Sampler Shop, Green Apple, and then I used Blue Gray from them and Best Cherry Red. And then the white was B5200. So that was my conversion for May Calendar Crate. And then for Into the Jungle, it called for a hand-dyed for these green leaves, the darker green leaves here, but I did not use that. I used the DMC, And then for my borders, I'm not sure if y'all can see, those are variegated threads, 2 different variegated threads, a blue and then a pink. And they were just stitched in DMC. That's what was called for. But I used some Moe's Sale. So the pink was this Pinkie Pie. It's pinks and oranges, like peachy oranges. And then the blue was called Honolulu, and it's got yellowy green and like an aqua. And I thought that was fitting. I thought it looked good, and I'm really happy with that. I do wish Arctic Animals, talking about these, because since they kind of go together, I want to finish them similarly. And because they are kind of on the same theme, I really wish that Arctic Animals had blocks to fill instead of it being like that open kind of concept. Um, there were times that was not super enjoyable to stitch, but that's okay. We're good. So those are my finishes. I did a lot. I did finish a lot. So I'm very happy with that. And then as far as FFOing those things, they're, like I said, they're going to be framed, but I'm not sure how I want to frame them yet. Probably in here's another little life thing. Like Cody and I are we've talked about it before. We are pursuing fertility treatments to have a baby. So we have had a consult last year. We weren't quite ready to proceed just yet. We had a lot going on. We still have a lot going on, but we are ready to kind of proceed. We're ready. So we are going to be going back this year, hopefully in the next couple of months, to do another like reestablish visit and a scope to make sure my tubes are working. And then either like end of the year or beginning of 2026, we're going to go ahead and do our IUI if everything goes to plan. And then next year we'll do some travel and some things like that before baby comes. And what I'm thinking, this is all relevant, I promise. What I'm thinking is whether it's a boy or a girl, either way, I would like to put the animal stitch-alongs in a nursery. I'm not going to do like a themed nursery, I don't think. But if it's a boy, I'll do like the browns and the blues, maybe like a westerny type of thing, like neutral west. I don't know. And for a girl, I just want pinks and golds and, pretty white and white, that kind of stuff. But I think that those would be fine either way. So that's the plan there. Now, for whips, obviously I've worked on a lot of things. Right now, I was so encouraged by the fact that I finished Legendary Creatures, Into the Jungle, that I pulled out 2 other stitch along whips that are old. The Clouds Factory 2018 stitch along is called Legendary Creatures, and I did. Oh, hello. I did pull that out, and so that is what I've been working on. I will insert a photo, hopefully, of where you saw it last. I have this is where it is now. It's not ironed or anything like the others have been. This is where we're at now. This fabric is Under the Sea Fabrics Evergreen. It is a 28 count linen, 32 count linen. And I don't know if this is in the normal line. Not the Naiad fabric I like better than this one, but I love them both. So let me show you what I have added, even though you should be able to tell from the picture. So I added this guy. He's the E. For some reason, I had skipped him. I don't know. And then I finished the Kraken. He was already started, so I finished him. He's holding a little boat, being a terror. And then I added the Jackalope, the J. Then I added this entire row. So Ouroboros, Ouroboros. That's the snake eating his tail. This is a panlong. It's like an air dragon. This is a Killin. This is a rainbow serpent, which I enjoyed stitching this one. I hate snakes. I hate them. But this was kind of fun because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors, plus the red is 11. That was fun to stitch. So, and then I came down here, and this is the start of the W, actually. It's a Wendigo, and I only know, and it is creepy as heck looking. It is not going to go, this is not going in a baby's room. It's too creepy to go in a baby's room. This thing is creepy. So, anyway. So, that is everything I've added. I think I'll probably have this done this week. I would like to. I have 8 letters left, one of which is started. So I think I can do that. And really and truly, when I talk to you about my plans, I'll kind of explain why I'm pulling all these old whips out. But I'm just ready. My taste has changed a lot. So I'm ready to have these older things done. I put too much time in them to not stitch them, but I want them done. This one is an absolute joy to stitch. This one is the Sweetest Pie Sow from the Frosted Pumpkin. It is on 32 count iris linen by Under the Sea Fabrics. This was a fabric of the month. I hope that this is in the regular line. I'm really mad that I started this in the middle like I did. I will try to, I think I have a photo of this, so I will insert it. This is where we are. No fancy pies or anything yet, but I did finish the pink ring. And we added this shelf, and I started in the bow, of course, part of the bow. And then I started on the pie crust, and I also started that shelf just to make sure I had everything placed correctly. And I did, so that's good. I think we have a little bit, maybe not. They both kind of have it. I thought maybe I'd counted wrong somewhere in the circle. Something didn't totally match up, but I think we're going to be fine. But this is a joy, and this is totally for me. This is not going in nursery. I'm finishing this, and I'd like to finish it somehow so I can put it in my kitchen. I don't necessarily want to frame it, but I thought about putting it like over my stove or something, but the heat from the stove. Anyway, I'm not sure, but those are the 2 whips that I've actually put my hands on other than the things that are finished. So, those are whips. That's done. Now, the next thing, plans are going to be, I'll go ahead and talk about plans because I know not everybody likes haul. Like I said, my tastes have changed a lot. All those pink cubbies behind me are full of stash fabric, specialty threads, frames, things like that, but mostly patterns. And there are tons of things in there that I want to stitch. Tons. As I go, I'll probably find things that I really don't want to do, and we'll put them in our Needlework Shop. Which, by the way, we have a live website now. We don't have a ton of inventory, but we can get anything you want. And so I'm going to leave the link to our shop in the box below. It is a walk-in storefront. We're in Rose Pine, Louisiana. But I will put the website. And I'll give those patterns that I don't want to do, we'll put them in the shop because they've never been opened, never been used. I am finding that I have this urge to pull out full coverage. And I've also really been wanting to work on my fancy ladies, but I'm wanting to start a lot of my Disney stuff. A lot of it. I have the Pinky the Pink Disney. I have Brooks Books Disney dresses, princess dresses. I have the Bella Filipina princesses, except Alice because she's not a princess. Don't get me on that soapbox. And tons of Miras and Noras and plus other things that I want to stitch. So I want to get all of these older whips, like these stitch alongs, that I really don't have the urge to pick up, done, so that I don't ever have to be like, oh man, it's not hanging over me. And so I felt like really they're not going to take that long for me to finish. I can do them. I can do them, knock them out, get them done, and then start things that I really want to start, that I really want to work on. A lot of my stash I feel like I'm going to enjoy in my older years. I'm 30. I'm still, and I'll probably always be this way. I love Disney. I love Sailor Moon. I love things like that. And those are the things that I want to stitch right now. When I'm 70, I'm not probably going to want to stitch the same things. So I better do it now before I don't want to anymore. And then there are other things that I have not purchased yet. Like the Clouds Factory stitch along this year. I want to do that. I haven't bought it, but I want to do it. You know, I want to do that. I want to do the giant Harry Potter stitch along. I want to do all these things. But I want things done. So that's kind of what's happening. So in my plans, I'm going to show you a few things that I just really feel like I just really want to get done. So I mentioned the calendar crates. I have March, April, and June left to stitch. And they did not, that took me 2 days. Maybe 3 days to stitch. I want to get these done. March, April, and May. March, April, and June. I'm going to do June next because that way I can hopefully put it out. And then I'll do these. But I kind of have threads pulled for them already. These are in the plans. And then besides that, I really, really, really want to start. And I don't have super great pictures to show you of this. Like, I want to start the Tinkerbell by Pinky the Pink. I started it once. I pulled it out. I need to restart it. So I want to start this. And then I also want to start Sailor Mercury, which I do not have a picture of, but I have fabric for it. Those are by Pinky the Pink. I want to start those in the very near future. And then I also want to start, oh, I forgot a whip. Shoot. I also want to start a mini full coverage, and I'm going to explain something that happened here. So I have started multiple projects on this fabric and changed my mind. So this is the start of Santa's Workshop, the Thomas Kincaid Charted by Heaven and Earth design piece. Decided I didn't really want to do that yet. So then I started Butterfly Ball over here. It's going great, going good. I realized that I did not leave myself enough border on the other side. So now what I'm going to do is I'm flipping the fabric and I'm going to stitch a mini. And I'll show you the mini that I have chosen. Give me a minute. Just one moment. All right. I have chosen it's a good Lord, where you at? Here it is. Mini Gardener's Paradise. And this is artwork by, oh my gosh, my tablet. This is artwork by Donna Gelsinger. And it looks like this. So I'm going to start that. So that's the new start in the future. I also want to start, and I don't have these purchased yet. I want to start a church for all seasons or every season from Charting Creations. I have it in my cart. The fabric's ordered. I don't have a photo of that for y'all. I want to start that. And then I also want to buy the Cozy Winter Book Nook from Pain Free Crafts by Rose Kahn and start that. Plans wise, and this actually, y'all might not have seen this either. So this would have been a whip from like January. I restarted my Disney Princesses full coverage because I was doing it 1/1 on like 32 count and it was not for me. So this is, I'm doing it, it's still 32 count, but I'm doing it 2/2 and we're going to see how I feel. I'm not sure if this is going to be my sweet spot or not. I think it probably is, but this is my restart on that. This is about what I had done. This is 1 page worth of black. Not all the black, but 1 page worth of the pattern. It is going to be massive. Like this fabric is cut for it. It's going to be huge. So this is the restart of that. So I want to work on this. It's Disney. I want to work on it. Okay, and then the other one that I want to work on is my Epic Pokemon, which I haven't worked on it in a long time, but I do have 1 page done. This is where it's sitting at. I want to work on that. Again, 2/2 on 32 count. And I enjoy stitching it. The only thing I think with, I'm going to try, because the one that I'm going to start, the mini that I'm going to start is going to be on 25 count. I'm going to try 2/1 tent stitch and just see how I really like it on a piece that is going to be smaller and that is, you know, anyway, just it's going to be smaller, and I'll be able to fill it out a little better because I'm really not. Yeah, I don't know. I can't figure out what I like. So those are plans as far as like starts and things like that. I'm just trying to get whips done. I'm a process stitcher, but I do like having my finished pieces out. Like that's from winter, and I just love it so much that I won't take it down. That it's just my favorite. So so those are kind of my plans. I have not been participating in magical stitches just because like I did really well in January. Oh my god, I forgot another whip. And I have to show you this one. Just a sec. I'll be right back. So I actually forgot more than one whip. I did whip go in January as well, and it went very well. And I'd started for February. So let me show you. So one of the calls that I got was for Eggs All Around by Glendon Place. I'm doing this in all the called for beautiful things. I'm stitching it on, this is Picture This Plus. What is this fabric? Really, I don't know. So let me show you. I will insert a picture of where it was to start. This is where we are now. You can see the metallics in these two eggs. So I'm working around the small inner ring of eggs first, and then I'm going to move out to the bigger ring. This is a beautiful piece. I'm so excited to have it done. Honestly, I would like to work on this some this month because of Easter next week. So yeah, we're like mid-April already. So that's also a whip. And then I had a finish from a whip go call, which is this. This is Merry Christmas, and this is from my Blue Ornament series. It's all beaded and just gorgeous. This is by Joan Elliott, and if you're wondering, this is the pattern. I also stitched the large Christmas in Blue piece. You can go to my last video, my December update, and see that. But this is done. Just need to keep that out. So that's done. I've done 3 of those in total, so I have quite a few left. Then, speaking of Mirabilia's, Sleeping Beauty by Mira, which is retired. This is what she looks like. I have made a working copy so that I can pass this on. Someone was so sweet and gifted this to me. I've tagged her in a couple posts on Instagram. I hope she's doing okay. She has not really responded, but this is it. She's gorgeous. So again, working on a working copy. I'm stitching it on a piece of 32 count Spellbound from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's like a gray purple. I will insert a photo of where you saw it last. And I've gotten a lot done. I hope I'm showing you this the right direction. So this is where we're at now. I had a lot of this done, but I added a ton of this, like all of this almost. Actually, kind of feel like it goes this way. I feel like it goes this way, like this. So this is in her dress, and I added a few thousand stitches to this. So that is good progress. All right, that was a whip. I can't believe I forgot to pull these out. It's just been too long. This is why I don't need to go too long between videos. All right, so there is Sleeping Beauty. And then last, I worked on... This is a kit from Luca S. This is what it looks like. It's called New Year Santa. I don't know why. Probably the colors. I mean, he's filling stockings, so I don't really know why it's called New Year Santa. But that's what it's called. So, I had a page finish on this the last time that you saw it. Come on. Don't have time for this. Just slide in the box. Okay, there we go. And my goal for Whip Go, and it got called twice, so on my full coverage board. So my goal for Whip Go for each call was half a page. So this is where it was when you last saw it. And this is where it is now. So this is a second page finish. You can see Santa's glasses, the trees on the mantle. It's good stuff. This is going well. It's very easy to stitch. Lots of neutral colors. There's a few blends, not too many. But I really love this guy. So that's it for whips for real this time. Yeah, that's it for real. So again, plans are I do better without prompts like for magical stitches. I'm learning that about myself. If I didn't have so many old whips and I enjoyed working on every single whip that I had, I would do a lot better with prompts, but I don't. So we're just going to try to knock out some older stuff. New starts too. We're going to have them, obviously, but I want to knock out some of my older whips. Okay, anyway, moving on now. This is going to be probably a very edited video. Because it's been so long, I'm going to do better. I really would like to come every couple of weeks. That's what I'd like to do. I don't know. Anyway, so we went to the Nashville Needlework Market last month, March, and we bought a bunch of stuff for the shop, but I also bought a bunch of stuff for me. So a couple of the things I'm fixing to show you these, which did not come from Needlework Market, but I ordered them after I left because of Ardith Designs in her FFOing. So she had this cool tinsel-y stuff on some of her finishes. And so I got pink, lime green, ordered an aqua color as well. So the plans for these is to FFO with them. On the same type of product, we went to Lady Dots. She is so nice. She's the nicest woman. I love her. So we got some vintage tinsel, red and silver. And I already have some of the vintage silver, but I really love the idea of finishing with these. So we needed some more. And then she also had some velveteens, and these colors are right up my alley. So this is Bluebells, Blossom, and Lilacs. So I got those. Those are the only thing that aren't patterns. Got those. Now everything else is patterns, so hold on to your booties. The first things that I got, and the May one just came out and I haven't gotten it yet, but at the Hoffman booth I got the 4 mini villages. So I got January, February, March, and April. May, like I said, May just came out. Haven't gotten it yet. I'm going to be ordering the little city finishing board for these. Then at Heart and Hand, I got myself the Nativity Frill and the Nativity Tiny Town. And I have some ideas for this. And this was something we had quite a few pre-orders for. And we do have, I know for sure, a set in stock of the Heart and Hand set. We have both of them. Okay, then we went to Crafty Bluebonnet. We have this in stock as well as a bunny spool. But I got the Rudolph spool. And I love that the back of it is a little tail. You finish it as a little cushion. And it comes with the little light bulbs. So that is very, very cute. Okay. Then we went to, where did we go next? We went to Cherry Blossoms. She's from Louisiana, by the way, so it's fantastic. I got the Mistletoe Kisses piece. I love this. This is so cute. We got, and we same booth. Cherry Blossoms was with Counting Puddles. And I got Books Are Magic. Oh, this is not. Hang on. Let me just pull my. That's not Counting Puddles. Just a minute. I got Books Are Magic. And then I got the. I'm going to save that one actually. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'm organizing my life here. I got one more from there, but just give me a minute and I'll show you. Went to Little Stitch Girl and we got the holiday banner Easter. We have all of these are in the web on the website. 4th of July banner and the Halloween banner houses. The Christmas house is going to be coming out really soon. We got all 3 of those. Then we went to Praiseworthy Stitches and I got the Sirens of the Sea. This is gorgeous stitched up. She had the models of it there. The metallics and the beads and the buttons make this. And the model stitch does not reflect any of those things. This is beautiful. And then I got the Owl a Day In. And I actually got a piece of fabric for this as well. And it is from Atomic Ranch. And I will show you that at the end because I can't put my hands on it. I don't know what I did with it. All right, got those. Then we went to Rosewood Manor. And I got Dreaming of Hydrangea. We wanted this for a model stitch. And I also got Quaker Flowers, I believe is what it's called. I don't have that right here. And I did start it. But I didn't have much of a start. So, that's also in plans. Of course. Okay. And then we went by Sweet Wing Studio. We got a ton of patterns for the shop. But I got Among the Trees. This is a, like a Lord of the Rings quote. J.R.R. Tolkien. There's a Narnia one of these as well, and I forgot. I thought we got it, but we didn't, and I really want it. And then she put scripture on the back, which I love. So this one is First Chronicles 16:33. Then shall the trees of the forest sing for joy before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. Yep. So I'm at home among the trees. Get it? So got that. Okay. Then we went to Satsuma Street, and I lost my mind. I got the haunted house, which she sold out of at Market, but we have one in stock for the shop. And we can get as many as we need. No problem. Got that. And then I got 50 million ornament kits. So I got this was new this year. I got the little pink deer. And then I got the blue deer, Dear Santa. So it's Christmas Fawn, Dear Santa. Got those. And then I got the 5 12 Days of Christmas ones. So Partridge in a Pear Tree, Turtle Doves, French Hens, Calling Birds, and Gold Rings. Got those. And then we also went to Artist Design. And these are my first Artist Designs. And let me tell you what, man. Holy smokes. So I got some of the things that weren't necessarily new to Market. I got flamingos, which it says he's in a costume. He's wearing a ghost costume, a skeleton costume. And it comes with some of the metallic she used. So, got that. Tropical dolphins, and you can see that tinsel stuff that she used for FFOing. Nutcracker prints on point. This was new. Very, very cute. And Bows of Plenty. Again, tinsel, and this was a new Market release. We have this in the shop. We also have a lemon one in the shop. It says Squeeze the Day. And then I also got so this year they did the Night Garden series, which different shops did pieces in this thread pack from Threadworks. This is the thread pack. And I didn't love all of the designs, but I did like quite a few. So Artist Designs did 2, but the topiary bunnies were my favorite. They kind of go with this blue and white Delft blue like pattern that I have happening in the house. So got that one. And then this one is from Pickle Barrel Designs. It's called My Secret Garden. And by the way, it's X Stitch the Rainbow. That's what the collaboration is called. And it's the Night Garden thread palette. This one's from Sweet Wing. It's Moonflower Patches. I love this one. It's so cute. And again, there's a scripture on the back. And then this one is Quaint Rose Needle Arts. It's a little pin cushion. And this one's called Moonlit Cottage. And then the Counting Puddles one is this beautiful moonlit moth. I'm really quite obsessed. So that is my Market haul minus a fabric, which is right here. Here it is. This is what I got to do my piece for that holiday in. That's what this is for. So Market was a blast. I'm so excited and glad that I went. So happy I went. It was such a great experience. And look, y'all, I saw some people. I'm very shy in person, so I didn't speak. But I saw Gary from Gayron, or Gayron. I saw Gary. I saw a couple of the ladies from the Black Needle Society, but I don't really know who they are, but I saw them. And then I almost died, and I'm so mad that I didn't talk, but I saw Steph from Pam and Steph, and I saw her. So the hotel is one of those that it's open. It's like square, and it's open to the atrium. So we were on one side. I saw Steph on the other side, and I was like, "Oh my God, Mom, it's Steph!" And my mom does not watch FlossTube, and she was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "It's Steph from Pam and Steph." And she was like, "Who? What?" And I was like beside myself, like fangirling. And she was like, "Eden, like calm down." And all I wanted to do was be like, "Stephanie, Stephanie." I did not. I held it together. I held it together because she does not know me. They don't watch my channel, I know. And I was like, oh, I was fangirling. Anyway, it was so cool. I can't wait to go back. And I keep telling my mom, I'm like, Mom, you need to be on YouTube with me. Like, we can change the name of our channel, of my channel, to the Stitch and Post to match our store name, and it'll be great. What? No, she's a little nervous. I'm like, just come once a month. You can pop on and show what you do, because she doesn't stitch as many things or as quickly. But I told her, I was like, it would be so fun, and like we've talked about planning a retreat, and we would love to do all that. So we'll see. So that was market haul, but I do have a little bit of other haul. I got the Enchanted Rose from Bella Filipina. Got that. I'm part of the Finish That Stitch Club from Crazy Annie's, and I just got the last one from 2024. And then what else do I have? I don't think I had a lot of haul. Yeah, so I got those. That's haul. And then last, I have some digital. So let me show you those. So I have gotten these. I purchased in January, I'm pretty sure. I got some more full coverages. This is Merry Mushroom Cottage by Amy Stewart. I got the Max colors. That's what this is going to look like. It's in the butterfly ball world. So, got that one. And then I got Merry Mushroom Village Picnic. Again, artworks by Amy Stewart. Max colors. I did not get the Max, like the super size one. I got the regular size, but I think it's going to be good. So, got that. And then I also got the Grand Butterfly Ball. And I did not get the supersized version of it. And I think it's going to be fine. But there really are tons of details in here. I maybe should have done supersized for this one. But they're big enough on their own. The supersized version is only a couple of inches different. So, got those. And then they're having an Easter sale right now. Heaven and Earth Designs is. And so I bought and downloaded 2 more. And I already had this chart in a mini, but I realized the mini was not going to give me any detail. So this is the Grand Library Max Colors. I had the mini, but I decided it was not going to be worth stitching because you lose so much detail. Some minis work up great. I know. Other minis, I don't know. And then this one is the Library of Dogs Max Colors, again, by Amy Stewart. And that's what this one looks like. And I love it so much. So I got all those. I'll have a bunch of the bookshelves. I have the World Travel bookshelf as well. I don't even know what else I have. I got a bunch of stuff. And then I'm also a member of Shannon Christine's clubs. So, I have I've got quite a few of her designs downloaded as well. So those were all new, but I don't know. I'm not going to show you all of those because there's like 50 of them. So yeah, that's my haul. I have a lot of new stuff, which is kind of cuckoo crazy because it's like I'm saying I'm trying to finish stuff, and then here I am with the booty ton of new things. So, I don't know. Anyway, so that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. As far as books and whatnot, I've finished the first 3 series of Unfortunate Events books. I did try to keep up with that for Magical Stitches, but it didn't really go super well. As far as stitching. But let me tell you what I've read. I'm currently reading a book called Red River Road by Anna Downs, and it's a mystery. It's pretty good, but we won't talk about that much. I have read Okay, yeah. The Bad Beginning and The Reptile Room were my first 2 books of the year. Those are the Lemony Snicket series of Unfortunate Events. And then I read A Killer Collection, which is a cozy mystery. I read Just Some Stupid Love Story by Caitlin Doyle. It was my first 5-star of the year. Then The Family Game by Catherine Stedman. It was a good read. I tried to read the ebook and switched to the audio pretty quickly because it was a struggle, but the audio book was great. I gave it 4 stars. The Breakup Pact by Emma Lord. I DNF'd it. Blue Bloods by Melissa Dela Cruz. This is a YA, like vampire type of a book. It is definitely YA, but for a YA book, it is a 4-star read for me. The Jig Is Up by Lisa Q. Matthews. That's a cozy mystery. The Wide Window, I gave it 1 star. That's the 3rd series of Unfortunate Events book. The Helsinki Affair by Anna Pitoniak. The audiobook, it was very hard to keep me interested. It was super slow. And then The Butcher and Blackbird. From the Ruinous Love Trilogy by Bryn Weaver. That was a 5-star read. That's one of those dark romances. But it was good. I enjoyed that a lot. And like I said, currently reading Red River Road. We'll see how that goes. And I'm listening to a cozy audiobook as well. And that's been good too. So, anyway. So those were my books. My plans. I know this wasn't super organized, but I really felt like I just needed to get a video up and just kind of throw everything out there that I've been doing, and then I could start fresh, and not have all this hanging over me that I needed to show y'all, because there was so much. so much. I mean, I even forgot about stuff that I worked on. So I needed to do this and get this done. But yeah, it's been a few good months. January stitching was good until the end of the month, and then February was horrible, and the most of March was not good. The end of the month finally got to really stitch, and that was great. So yep, that's kind of it, and I will be hopefully back. Who knows? I might do an update next weekend, just depending on what I get through. But I would like to try to be here every other week. and just see how it goes. But I appreciate all of you again. I can't say it enough. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, spending some time with me, and I will see you guys in a couple of weeks.